Islam Brotherhood in the mud. Again, I say the Islam Brotherhood in the mud. The continual attack, aggression against Ahmed Bola Tinubu, a Yoruba Muslim president, by the Fulanis has revealed that the Arewas or the Fulanis are after ethnicity. They have clearly shown that ethnicity surpasses religion by their actions, by their continued attack on a Yoruba Muslim who happens to be the president of Nigeria. Prior to the election, they were canvassing for Muslim tickets on the basis of capacity, on the basis of competence. Suddenly, the table has turned, and eventually they have been skimmed out of events, and today they are realizing that the Fulanis are not given a place in Tinubu's administration, regardless of their religious affinity, religious alignment. They are now fighting Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is also a Muslim, not just because he is a Muslim, but because he is a Yoruba Muslim. So what they are showing clearly, and I love that development, that their allegiance is not to the Muslim or Islamic beliefs. Their allegiance, their support, they are protecting, or whatever they are fighting for is to protect their ethnicity. So by so doing, convincing Nigerians that ethnicity surpasses religion. A very clear fact they have denied over the years. They have lived in denial of this reality. But by this current happenings, this recent happenings, continue hostile attack on Ahmed Bola Tinubu, going all lengths to ensure that Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who happens to be the Brotherhood, Muslim Brotherhood, do not return to Asarok. In fact, they have concluded and vowed that he is going to be there just for a single term. This is not a Christian. So if it had been a Christian, that would have been the worst of it. They would have fought with all the entire Asenas. But this one has shown clearly their hypocrisy, that they don't believe in religion. This was the reason why they were able to subdue and conquer the Hausas. They came with this deceptive propaganda of promoting Muslims, that we are together, we bow to Allah, we worship Allah. But by the time the Hausas could realize it, they have been able to overrun them, advancing the Fulani agenda, the ethnicity, the place they have been able to show over the years. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the Hausas get to realize this lately. But then they have been able to infiltrate, take over the Sariki traditional ruler, replace it with their emirates, and take over the positions, the governorship, the political positions, and the rest of them. The monarchical system of rulership has been taken over. They replaced the Hausas Sariki with the emirs. So it is not a matter of religion. They have demonstrated over the years that religion is secondary, that ethnicity surpasses religion. But they use the religion as an instrument of deception, of conquest. When they project religion, you think you are with them or they are with you. Eventually, before you know it, they have taken over, they have destroyed your culture and replaced it with their culture. your monarchical system of rulership. They will replace it with the emirate, and the rest of them, they will hijack power, political power, and control the resources, make decisions. Now, you that is the indigenous persons, or the owner of the states, or the region, will now be watching why things unfold. They will be in total control of everything that is happening, the decision, the revenue control, and the rest of them. This is exactly what happened, what they did to MKO Abiola, who happens to be a Muslim Yoruba presidential aspirant. Because of the vested interests, they now have to truncate the election that would have favored MKO Abiola as the president of Nigeria, not minding that he is a Muslim. So they don't care, they don't regard that. What they project or protect to surpass religion is ethnicity. If you have to be a Fulani in the helm of affairs, they wouldn't mind. They will do all they could to protect him, whether he's doing well or not. Whether he's performing or underperforming, they will stand by him. They will defend him at all costs. They prefer a Fulani ethnicity to be there, even though he doesn't know what he's doing. So that is, I've clearly shown that that truth they denied, they have previously denied, is starting at all today. People are beginning to understand what these people, that the same strategy they use to conquer the Hausas. Have you ever imagined? Even of most recent, the Chief of Defense Staff made it very clear that the war in the north, the crisis in the north, is was as a result of Fulani Hausa class. They are the one fighting for dominance, for control. Eventually, the Hausas suddenly realized lately that these people have chanced them. They thought that their allegiance, their unity was based on religion. But time proved that wrong. That ethnicity surpasses religion. And this they have demonstrated and repeatedly confirmed. And for those who cares to know, look at what some persons has to say regarding this development. They don't realize they are weakening themselves as they overplay their hands. And another person has to say that goes on to show that they use Islam to deceive the indigenous Hausas with Islam and have defeated them and subjected them to slavery. Let people know that they use religion for political power and nothing else. Nothing else. They use religion to pave their way, to get what they need, but when it matters most, their body language, of course, there have been several communities, Muslim communities within the southwestern region, Muslim communities that have been attacked by Fulani herders, militias overall. They didn't mind that we share the same religious affinity, the religious profession. They attack those people because they consider them as aliens. They are not part of the commonwealth of the Fulanis. So whether you practice religion or not is inconsequential. They will come for them. Of course they did. They did. So the same thing is playing out today, and people, of course, is living in that consciousness. It's no longer seasons or times when you will deceive the people that the Muslim ticket was to protect the Muslim interests and the rest of that is lie. If there is any interest to protest, Tinubu is a Muslim. Though from the Yoruba extraction, why should the Fulanis, the Arewas, be scheming to get him out of office. They have been scheming, they have been planning, they have been doing whatever they can, summoning, making consultations. They are summoning the entire emirs, emirship councils, and the rest of them. I mean, they are politicians who is who in the north of Fulani extractions to make sure that they did all they could, of course, to oust him out of office comes 2027, not minding that they claim that the Muslim ticket was in the interest of Islamic religion. But today, the truth is coming out. Yes, they betrayed MKO Abiola, a Yoruba Muslim, and they are betraying another one years later, which is Tinubu. Yes, the Arewas are scheming against a Yoruba Muslim president, and it is a good development so that people will understand that ethnicity surpasses religion, which they had previously denied. So what other argument do they have that could convince other regions that it is not because of ethnicity? Of course, Tinubu, Buhari was there, purportedly, if that is the same Buhari, because some people speculated or alleged that Buhari died in 2017. Whatever be the case, there was an arrangement between the Fulanis and the Tinubus or the Yorubas to continue in power using the name of Buhari or whatever be the case. Then, whatever be the case, Buhari served for 8 years, despite the fact that he underperformed. He dashed the expectations of Nigerians. There was starvation, hunger. In fact, the way, the body language of Buhari, even the Abakari and the rest of them, were firmly in support, clearly paying allegiance to the Fulani ethnicity rather than nationalistic. We have whatever agenda or proposal policies formulated was tailored towards giving undue advantage to the Fulanis as ethnic nationality. It was not intended to foster coherence even within the Muslim communities. Do you understand this? So it is quite interesting as it's unfolding. And Tinubu understood that these people do not have his interests at heart. They are only there around him to see what they can get from him and possibly pave their way, of course, back to Aso comes 2027. But perhaps they are in for a very serious shock. But only time will define what happens. But it's becoming clear now that these guys are only there for their political interests, for their political gains. They are not there to serve anybody. They are not there to protect even the Islamic population. Otherwise, why should the North, that is predominantly Muslims, be considered as the most impoverished region of this country? Even when they collect the highest allocation goes to the North by Nigerian formula of sharing allocation on monthly basis. The North has the highest, and yet they are being considered impoverished, even with the Muslim or religion that tends to unify them. But that is not true. Everybody is protecting his own ethnicity, giving up the advantage to his own or her own ethnicity to have dominance over others, while others are being subjugated. The reality, of course, is very clear, and that no one can deny. So forget about all this religion, the religion that are flying everywhere. They just want to use that to penetrate the South or the Southwest and eventually unleash their main agenda, which is exclusive dominance. They want to project, they want to make the Fulani race superior to any clan or community where they find themselves. Over time, they will dominate and eventually silence other people. Let's have your own take regarding this development. And by inference, the Islam Brotherhood is in the mud, because you can't justify any reason that would convince me the reason why you are fighting Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is also a Muslim, and eventually you are part of the conspiracy that brought Tinubu to office. So what then could a Christian say if a Muslim is attacking the same Muslim? Ethnicity surpasses religion. It is the truth they have previously denied. But today, of course, it's playing out. People are seeing it. Let's have your own take regarding this development and the way forward.